Hello guys, good morning and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So thank you guys for the support in my videos. Thank you for all those who come back to watch my videos. I really appreciate. Be blessed always. Your support, your liking, your commenting in my videos plays a bigger part in supporting this channel. So before I go and harvest the things that I'm going to harvest today, I've been checking this pomegranate for a very long time. It is my first time growing pomegranate, and this is the first fruit that has matured. So I'm not aware how to know if it is mature or not. So you can also tell me in the comment section how to know your pomegranate is mature. So, one of you asked me why I was plucking the leaves of the strawberries. So, this is the second year I'm planting strawberries, but the first year, last year, I did not let it to fully mature. My aim was to produce as many seedlings as possible. So this is the first year that I've grown strawberries for a very long time. So always in the morning, I always come and remove runners. The purpose of removing runners is to help the plant to start producing flowers. If you do not remove flowers, you're telling the plant to produce more as seedlings. But when you remove the runners, you're trying to indicate to the crop or to the plant that it's time now to start producing flowers and healthy flowers, because some of them had started producing flowers, but the fruits that were coming out were really tiny. So that is what I always come to do morning, either in the morning or any time that I just come to the farm. You know, when you have a kitchen garden or a small farm, it is always a norm to just come, for me it is therapeutic coming to the farm, just looking around, look for pests, look for crops that are doing well, that are not doing well. You take some different measures, and that is the reason why I always report. This is my reporting office. So that means if you have strawberries, those are the simple steps that you can use to help your strawberries grow really healthy. Like if you can compare my strawberries now and before, right now they are very healthy, they are doing really well, and the only thing I'm just trying to prevent is to prevent them from um, removing or bringing out more runners and more strawberries. I think I'll do it at the end of the second year of them, the end or the first year of the third year. That's when I'm going to let them remove runners and remove more strawberries so that I can plant different seedlings. So recently I planted the hibiscus, and I've been checking, like, the more it grows, the more it produces flowers. So anytime it grows, it produces flowers, and it has like 3 stages. So it produces the flower pops, the flower closes, and then the flower drops. After the flower drops, now that it closes again. Now what the one that closes is what we use as hibiscus tea, and I want just to pluck just two that have closed up to see if they will uh, give me just 1 cup of tea. And you can see now this one, it's almost ready to the flower to now pop. This time round, our groundnuts are doing really well. I'm super impressed, and I think this time round I'm going to have some good harvest of our groundnuts. And I've talked about groundnuts for a very long time, and maintaining them is very easy. So what you always need is, the moment they grow, they start growing, if you see flowers, just always cover your groundnuts flour for them to produce more groundnuts. So here in our village, most of the people have harvested their beans, and then because they planted their beans early. So for me, I delayed to plant because the first time I planted, the guys who planted for me did not plant them really well. So I had to replant my maize and my beans. So here we mix maize and beans in same line, but if you are a large scale farmer, we always discourage a farmer to plant maize and beans in the same line because beans tend to take up all the nutrients in the ground. So you'll always see progress of your maize when your beans have finished flowering. But when they are flowering, you will always see your maize turning, their color turning. So that's why it's always important to feed your maize with manure or fertilizer early enough. And then CAN, here we feed our maize CAN at now, especially if you're doing large scale farming, we do not fully depend on manure. We only apply manure before we start plowing our land, just to improve the fertility of the land. But now after that, if you want full production, if you're doing large scale, we use fertilizer, and then we use CN at the end of the season when the maize has started flowering now. So I've been having craving for now the fresh beans before they start drying up, so that you can harvest. So today I want to harvest majority of the mature beans, not even majority because I cannot harvest the whole farm. I'm just going to harvest just a little bit of the area. I planted only two types of beans here. One that is called Roscoco here, local name. I think it is not even local. It is called Roscoco. And then the other one, we call it Wairimo here. They are red and tiny. So that's what I've planted on this area. This year I did not plant the yellow beans. I think I'm going to plant it in my second season because my mom just harvested like 3 sacks of the yellow beans. So she's going to give me some beans to plant so that I can always save the seeds and always have the yellow bean seeds here. So most of the time, most farmers here, when you harvest your beans, apart from the maize, when you harvest your beans, you always save some seeds so that you do not buy the beans from the market. Most of the time, the beans that you get from the market, they do not grow 100%. But if you save your seeds yourself, it grows 100% because here we dry our cereals naturally, just with sunlight, and that is it. And then preserving also, we preserve with bags that are specific for preserving. They have like 2 polythene bags inside. So I'm going to also to check fresh maize. So I have that one line at the edge of the farm that we planted the maize earlier. So I'm going to check if it is mature. If not, I'm going to give it like 1 week so that we can now start eating the fresh maize. But my yellow maize, they are not yet also. I planted them on the other side of the farm. They are also not yet fully mature. So here in Kenya, different areas have different seasons. So you can also tell me in the comment section if in your area beans, maize, and peas have matured, because right now in our markets, maize, we've started receiving a lot of maize in our market. So that means maize has started maturing. And our cucumber has entered that phase of maturity. It's time now to plant other cucumbers. eaten cucumbers, a lot of cucumbers from these only two plants. I planted only two cucumber plants. The rest, I think I uprooted them and they did not grow again. But now this one, I have been able to eat. I think every single day I have to get a cucumber from this section. And the good thing about it is that also my kids love eating cucumber raw. So that's why we've been consuming. It's very rare to get a ton of cucumbers this time. But I think next I'm going to plant a lot because I've also so many people want me to sell for them. So I'm going to plant several. There's nothing like eating fresh carrots from the farm, and that is why you'll rarely see me harvesting bulk of carrots. So I harvest carrots in bits. Those that are baby carrots, I take them for my salads, and then those that are coming up a little bit bigger, that's what I use for my food. So I have like three stages of carrots here. There is this stage that I'm harvesting. There's the second stage that is almost mature. I think I harvested one in my last video that is at the back of my garden. And then also here at the front, I have another stage, which is the last, not even the last. I have the ones that I planted recently, very tiny ones. That is now the last stage of my carrots. So I want to remove the cowpeas from this area because I want to plant a different crop here. So the mistake I did is to plant again cowpeas in the same spot that I had planted before. So we are always advised to do crop rotation. If you plant this crop here, the next time do not plant it here. So what you do, you just prepare the land, give it like 4 days, then change another crop to be planted there. And that is what works if you're doing either small scale or even large scale. Always do crop rotation. If you plant this crop this year here or the first season, next season do not plant it there, change it to another area, and you'll see production. And also it helps in um, getting rid of the pests because each crop has different types of pests for them. So like the maize have pests that destroy them, so not the same as the beans. And also for vegetables, it works totally different. So apart from clearing up the cowpeas, I want to mix cowpeas with jute leaves. So here we mix either cowpeas with jute leaves. Jute leaves is murenda or mrere in our local language. So we either mix cowpeas and jute leaves, or we mix now cowpeas with slender leaf, or sometimes cowpeas with amaranth, and it works totally well. So I've been promising my kids that I'm going to make them some ice cream, and I remembered that I do not have condensed milk. So for me here, I make my condensed milk with milk powder, some sugar, some butter, and then some water, just as simple as that. Or you can decide to boil your milk completely until you feel like now the water has gone down, and then you add your sugar, let it boil until under low heat until now the mixture is a little bit sticky, and then you remove. That's how you simply make condensed milk. And also this is another way of just powdered milk. You take your powdered milk, and then I'm going to use 2 cups of powdered milk, 1 cup of warm water, 1 cup of sugar, and then 1 tablespoon of unsalted butter, and then blend. Matt. So blend your mixture until totally smooth, and you'll completely have some good condensed milk. So, and that is it. You have some good condensed milk that you can use for making your ice cream. So I'm going to keep it in the fridge so that it hardens just a little bit, and then I'm going to use it for some ice cream tomorrow. I think I'm going to make some vanilla ice cream tomorrow, or strawberry ice cream tomorrow. I'm really hopeful that my strawberries will start producing more flowers, so that I have variety of different types of foods to try it with strawberries. So I'm going to now remove the beans, so that, because I'm going to use now these beans for our chapati, and we're going to have beans and chapati for supper. And I think I've made so many videos about chapati, so I don't think I'm going to repeat making another video for chapati. Maybe one day I'm going to shoot a video with the kids, just the kids completely making their own chapati, because they've done it once. So, and I promised them that I'm going to shoot them making beans. And the remains of the beans, I'm going to use them for our farm. So that is the beauty about the living in the village. Everything has its own use and its own importance in the farm especially. And that is it. I think this is the end of our video. So thank you so much for watching. If you have watched this video till the end, thank you so much. You're truly amazing, and I will see you in the next video. For now, it's bye bye.